All right. And so do you ever feel like you're stuck in a rut, not living up to your full potential? If so, then you definitely want to um, stay tuned because I'm going to go over how you can see different obstacles and challenges in your natal chart. And I'll explain the different planets and signs that can indicate challenges. Okay. And so, um, we're going to talk about how to overcome challenges in your natal chart, how to use your natal chart to your advantage, and the different signs and planets that can indicate challenges in your natal chart. Okay. And so, if you are new to the channel, if you are new to any of my content in social media land, my name is kkatrice. I am the Natal Chart Navigator, and welcome to another episode of Astrology After Dark. And I teach open-minded, ambitious professional women how to read and apply the information in their natal charts in order to prosper in every area of their life. Okay, and so if you, when you jump on, if you are watching this live, then go ahead and put live in the comments, in the chat. And if you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and put replay. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump into it. And so challenges can be seen with any planet in the natal chart. But there are specific planets that will, manifest more challenges and obstacles than others. Okay, and so I'm going to talk about about three of those. Okay, and so the first one is Saturn. Okay, Saturn is the great malefic. Okay, it's the greater malefic in the natal chart, and it is the planet of restriction and discipline. Okay, and so Saturn can cause you to have to be delayed in whatever area of life Saturn is in the chart, but also the houses that Saturn rules. Okay. Then there's Pluto. Pluto is the planet of transformation, um, for transformation and rebirth. Okay. And so wherever it also shows your power, because Pluto also signifies your power. Okay. And so Pluto will show you um Pluto is your power, and it can show you different where you're going to have some type of obstacles, okay, or challenges. And then there's Mars. Mars is the planet of action, aggression, and it's the will, okay. And so these three planets can show you where you're going to have challenges. There might be some delays. There may be some challenges that you have to overcome, some things that you have to do in order to tap into your power. And so you definitely want to be familiar with these three planets in your natal chart. Okay. And so now, when you get my framework ebook, and it's absolutely free, you can, after the stream, I will put, hold on a minute. Okay. After the stream, I will put in the comments in the chat. I'll, for the replay, I'll put my link tree. Okay. I'll put my link tree so that you can go and grab your free copy of the ebook. Okay, because in the ebook, chapter one talks about the actual the natal placements. Okay, and so you want to learn your natal placements, but then it also in chapter two it goes into the aspects. Okay, and so the aspects, which are how the planets interact with each other, okay, those planets are the aspects are what can here. The aspects are what can really make things a little muddy. Oh man, can you guys hear me? I'm trying to see if you can. Hopefully you can. Let me see. Hello, 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 hello. I think you guys can. Hold on. I'm just trying to make sure that my hello. Okay, it says it's green there, so I'm just gonna assume. Hopefully you can hear me. Okay, but if you have not gotten your copy of the framework, it is absolutely free. You can go to my link tree to get a copy of that. Okay, and so when you are looking at your natal chart and you're wanting to figure out, okay, are there any challenges? Okay, you need to look at not just the three planets that I mentioned, but you also want to pay attention to your aspects. Okay. And so some aspects that can cause challenges or obstacles or unfavorable conditions would be the square. Okay. So a square is when a planet is 90 degrees. Is it 90 degrees? 90, yeah, 90 degrees apart in like different energies. Okay. Um that's a square. The opposition is when planets are 180 degrees apart. That can cause challenges and obstacles. And then now I'm kind of on the fence with this one because depending upon the planet that they are in, depending upon the energy that the planet is in, then this one here, the conjunction, it could be favorable or unfavorable, depending on the planets and depending on the energies that the planets are in. Okay. And so you want to pay attention to the planets um, and the aspects and see how those planets are interacting with each other. Okay. Because if one example that I can talk about out of my own chart in my own life is I have a Venus square I have Venus square Neptune. And so neither one of those planets really signify challenges, okay? Unless they're afflicted, of course. But neither one of those really signify challenges. But that square, it becomes a challenge because Venus is the planet of love, relationships, money. Okay. Neptune is the planet of imagination, creativity, illusion, um, film. No, creativity is Venus. Um, Neptune is illusion, imagination. It makes things cloudy, foggy. It's escapism. And so when you have that square Venus, in your love and relationships and all the areas that Venus rules, things can be cloudy, things can be foggy. So it can affect that aspect, can affect your money. It can affect, in how you're choosing a partner, who to be with, when it comes to friends. And so you want to look and see if you have any squares in your chart because squares are unfavorable aspects and they can cause challenges and obstacles. You also want to look for oppositions, okay? Because oppositions can cause challenges as well, okay? And so another example is say um, Pluto and Saturn. Okay. Saturn is delays, and Pluto is transformation and rebirth. Okay. And so if say you have that in the third house, okay, Pluto conjunct Saturn, that third house is the house of communication. And so it may not be that it caused um any obstacles. There may have been some delays. So having Saturn in the third house, that there could have been delays because third house is also your early education, your neighborhood. your local community. And so there may have been, you may have been somebody who, you may not have been really popular. Okay. In your, there may have been some delays in that. There could have been some delays in your communication. Having Saturn there could have been some delays in your communication as well, because Saturn does, wherever it goes, there is going to always be some type of delay. Um, and so you have to, you got to, look into that. That's the conjunction. Okay. And so, now, one thing that you also want to look at the house where you have these planets. So the house where you have the planets, but also the house that they rule. Okay. So for example, with Saturn in my chart, Saturn rules the sixth house and the seventh house. Okay. Sixth house is your work, the daily routines, your productivity. And we talked about that on yesterday's episode. And then seventh house is relationships and partnerships, business partnerships, marriage partnerships, all serious partnerships. It's also contracts. Okay. And so in that, having Saturn as the ruler of both those houses, there has definitely been delays in my work. There has definitely been delays play out in relationships. And so you want to look to see, because not only will you see delays where the placement is in the chart, but also the houses that those planets rule as well. Okay. And so what do you want to do? Um, what you want to do is you want to, when you go into um looking at your chart, looking for delays, looking to see if there's any delays or any obstacles or anything. You want to go into it with an open mind, and you must remember that again, astrology, the natal chart, it is just a tool. Okay. It's just a tool for you to help you to figure out life, to help you navigate, not figure out, but to help you navigate this life experience um as an energetic being. Okay. And so, when you start looking at the planet signs and houses in your natal chart, okay, you'll start to see patterns that can reveal certain things to you. Okay. So, if you, for example, if you have a lot of planets in challenging aspects, so say you have a lot of squares or you have a lot of oppositions in your chart, then you may be somebody who is, you have a lot of lessons that you you may have decided you wanted to come here to learn within this life experience. Okay. And so once you start going through all of that, going through your chart and looking to see, what challenges and things you've come up with, that's showing in your chart, then you can start to develop a plan for overcoming them. Okay. So you may need to do some personal growth. You may need to move. You may need to seek some professional help. Okay. But the key is to actually getting in the chart, looking at the chart, and going through the chart so that you can see what you had, what challenges, what obstacles are showing up. Okay. Now, when you go to pull your chart, if you have never pulled your chart before, okay, then you want to go to astro.com to pull your chart. It's absolutely free. I'll put the link. I have a link. I have a video that I did here on the channel. That is a tutorial on how to pull your natal chart from Astro. Okay, and so what I'll do is afterwards I will put the link to the video here in the comments. Okay, and so now also you want to check too to see having planets in Capricorn. Okay. Um, I personally love Capricorn energy. I love it to death. However, having a lot of placements in the sign of Capricorn can definitely slow things down for you. And it almost can get it to a point to where you're like, "Is Jesus fix it? Like, can I just have a break?" Okay, because Saturn is the taskmaster of the zodiac, and you really, if there's something that is going to help your soul to grow, okay, then Saturn is going to be the one to give that to you. Okay, Saturn is going to be the one to say, "Hey, this part of your soul growth, we're gonna have to do this till you get it right, buddy." And so you definitely want to see if you have a lot of planets in Capricorn. Um, you know, then just know that things may be a little bit more challenging for you versus somebody else who say they have a lot of planets in Sagittarius. Okay. For them, I'm not going to say life is like super duper um, easy, but it is a lot less challenging because the energies are so different. And then you have Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, which is the great benefic, and so wherever Jupiter goes, it expands. It is that planet of excess, so you do have to be careful with that. And then you have Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn, the great malefic, and so it's going to be a little more challenging. Okay, so you really want to pay attention to the energies, where you have your planets, your placements, what energies they're in. You definitely want to get to know your Mars, Saturn, Pluto placements. And then you want to also look at the aspects, the challenging aspects. Again, that is the square, the opposition, and can be conjunction, just depending upon the planets involved in the conjunction, in my personal opinion. Um, and so the conjunction is kind of on the fence for me. Okay. And so let's see here. So I talked about that. Okay. All right. So I think that is about it. All that I want to say. This one was I really like this one, where you be able to see the talking about the challenges and the obstacles, because that's really important to know. The natal chart isn't just all about, oh, who I'm gonna marry or how much money I'm gonna make. The natal chart really is it's literally you, um, and it's the energies that were in you at the time of your entrance into this 3D reality. And so you definitely want to, get to know you, okay, energetically. It'll really help you here on this journey that we are calling life, okay? And so let me know in the comments if you found value from this. If you are going through anything or you're having any issues, let me know. Did you find value for this? Are you going to go pull your natal chart so you can look and see um, how many squares you got, how many oppositions you got, how many conjunctions do you have? Okay. And so, if you are interested in learning more about your natal chart and how you can use it to get in sync with yourself, you can definitely or you want to get a reading, you can definitely book a reading with me. Um, the link that I put in the chat is my link tree, and so you can go get the free framework ebook, and then you can also book a reading from the same link. And so you do that and rewatch this video if you need to. If you're taking notes and you're really going through the framework, you're taking notes, you're really, putting all the pieces together. Rewatch the video, binge watch the content, because the only way that you're really going to learn is through repetition. Repetition is the best teacher. It's the best way that you learn. And so rewatch the video, leave me a comment, let me know your thoughts, any questions, comments, concerns that you have. And so let's get it. Remember, and remember to personalize the mantra. And so remember, possibilities are endless. If you can see, if I can see it in my mind, then I can definitely hold it in my hand. And that makes me smile because I really do create my own reality. Have a good one. I'll see you next Tuesday on another episode of Astrology After Dark.